Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, this is just going to be one of those typical quick videos I normally do before a Dark Souls 2 patch is released. Just to basically let you guys know that it's coming out and what it's going to do. So basically, I'm just going to be reading through the patch notes here for patch 1.10, which will be available on February the 5th. This patch is going to be preparing the game for the Scholar of the First Sun, and it's going to implement a few things and change a whole bunch of things to make the game quite a bit better. Actually, it's quite a big patch. But anyway, guys, I'm just going to read through it now as the patch notes say. If you want to read it yourself and don't like to hear me read it, just check the description to the official patch notes on the Facebook page. And yeah, guys, so let's get started. This is actually quite a big patch and an important patch for the game. So most importantly, right at the top, added new character, the Scholar of the First Sin, which is obviously going to be an NPC, which is probably going to activate a few things in the game. I'm not sure if it will be fully functional on February the 5th or wait until the actual Scholar of the First Sin comes out in April. I'm not too sure about that, but the NPC will be in the game. Additional item description text, that was expected as well. Choosing to enter the Covenant of Champions will now allow enemies to continue to respawn after being defeated. So that means after you kill them, I think it's the 12 times they allow them to respawn. If you're in the Champion of the Covenants, they will continue respawning, so that's really useful for farming stuff. Also, choosing to enter the the Covenant of Champions will now cause enemies to inflict more damage to the player. So I think before, basically, they just got more health, but now they will also do more damage to you. So that's it'll just make the game even harder now, if anybody wants an extra challenge. Players will gain access to a new item, the Agape Ring. So this is probably one of the biggest things in the update. So basically this ring, when players equip the new ring, souls collected from killing souls collected from killing during online play will be absorbed by the ring rather than the player. This allows players to control their online matchmaking experience by limiting their total souls collected. So basically, if you want to pause your soul memory, you just equip this ring before going on to online play, and any souls you're going to get collected by online play will just go to the ring, so they won't add up to your soul memory, so you can finally control your soul memory. That is an excellent thing they've finally done there. Anyway, moving on. Increase the effect of the Rusted Kine. All stones now dropped more often. The Bonfire Warps selection screen will now highlight the top 3 areas where players will have the best chance to connect with other players online. So basically, I believe this is when you're on the warp screen to go to another place when you're sitting at a bonfire. Now it will somehow indicate where there's more players to connect to, so that's quite useful. It looks like they're definitely focusing on the online play in this patch. Anyway, White Phantoms will remain in other players' worlds for longer periods of time. White Phantoms will no longer return to their world if time runs out during a boss battle. I never actually knew that happened. It's kind of fucked up if they go home with boss battles. Players on the first playthrough can now match with players on their second or further playthrough. So now, as you know, before, people on their normal first playthrough couldn't connect to people on New Game Plus or higher. So they've changed that. Made it easier for players to match online in general. They've done that again. They do that pretty much every patch. Made it so that invading players cannot use items which invite more enemies. NPC conversation text is now displayed more prominently than online notices. Players may now choose to cancel out the effect of the human effigies at bonfires. That's kind of useful as well. For a lot of people, accidentally activate a human effigy without knowing what it does at a bonfire. It cancels out all online play. When a player cannot take part in an online play during the effect of the human effigy, made it so the player can still write signs. The imitation spell now affects normal enemies as well. The hush spell is now more effective on normal enemies. Load time shortened on PS3 only. Calibrations no longer save each time before the title screen. Thank God they've done that. So now you don't have to see the stupid calibration bar every time you turn the game on. Fixed issue course and map name list on save data and actual map name after loading to not match. Whatever. Made it possible to skip the ending sequence the second time through and beyond. Remove the blur effect used when you're looking through the binoculars. Rogue water, etc. Fixed issue causing user not to recover spell usage of spell, only be able to use once. Made Old Iron King's crown effect function consistently through the game. Adjust price for Crown of the Ivory King armor, Ivory King gauntlets, Ivory King leggings. Adjusted the conditions for lightening the Majula map from defeating Nishandra to defeat the Throne Defender and Throne Watcher. To prevent invasion after defeating area boss, made the human effigy effect function in this situation automatically. Made it possible to get reward items by defeating area bosses even if your inventory is full at the time. Made it possible to get rewards. Okay, so the next few are just a few glitches that they had in certain situations when you had the inventory full and you couldn't get the items, like the rings at the end of the game if you did it without dying and shit. So I'm not even going to read all that. Okay, this is quite important. Adjusted rewards in online play. So now they're modified the rewards. So host vanquishes invading Dark Phantom or Arbiter Spirit, you get a human effigy. Host vanquishes a Dark Phantom summoned through red sign, you get a human effigy. Host vanquishes invading Grey Spirit as a Bellkeeper or whatever. You get one of the following: Titanite Chunk, Titanite Slab, Twinkling Titanite, Petrified Dragonbone. If vanquish host, you invade at the Covenant Rat, whatever, they writ that quite wrong. So if you vanquish a host, you invade in the Covenant Rat King area. Added Smooth and Silky Stone into the additional Faris Lock Stone. So yeah, now there's just a few of the rewards for the Covenants, but I'm not even going to read that. But yeah, guys, once again, it's in the description if you want to go and check it out yourself. I'm losing my voice here for talking so much. But anyway, guys, hopefully this was useful and informative for you guys. If it was, please go like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.